Hello, hello. So this is a Type 2 deck, right? I am going to review my Nationals Type 2 deck before Nationals, and then I will put the video release out for, let's say, Friday morning. So Nationals is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I am going to go over my deck now, kind of say what it does and how it plays, and then I'll review it then I'll do the video recording and I will post it on my channel to release on Friday. So I do not know how I did yet. By the time you all watch this, we'll know uh, what I got with this deck. If I ranked, if I won, if I fell flat on my face, or what. So, and it'd also be pretty cool to see the perspective of what goes through my mind prior to, and then we can see afterwards, like, did I win? Did I rank? Where could I have improved? What did I mess up? Or if I won, what was the reasonings? Or if I did well, what was the reasonings? So I thought it'd be pretty cool. I can't really do a lot of videos this week as I moved from Atlanta to Greenville this weekend. I am all set up pretty much. And tomorrow I am driving from Greenville to Atlanta and I'll have all my cards with me. I'm going to a concert in Alpharetta, um, and then my girlfriend and I will stay at my best friend's house, him and his wife. So we'll leave the concert, go back to their place, and then from there, I will drive up to Knoxville. So that'll be Wednesday morning. So because of all that, um, between me moving and going down to Atlanta and then coming up to Nationals, can't really do a lot of videos. And my time that I was going to do a video, um, I finished up the last Israel's Rebellion article. So, and also, guys, I got to prep too. Sorry. So let's see. What do we have? This is essentially Tomb Raider in Type 2. Um, I know it's all over the place. The name, I didn't really give this like a name. It's 102, 102. I usually like 101, and maybe I'll get down to 100. Or I'm sorry, I usually like 100 cards. Maybe I get down to 100. Um, by Nationals, as of now, I just really can't. Like, I could take out one evil enhancement. I really don't like taking out a hero. I really don't like taking out a good enhancement. I don't have a lot. This is why right here, all the dominance and forts. I have 3 fortresses and 7 good or do I have 8? 4. I have 8 good dominance. That's really why it's not 100 cards. So, what does this thing do? This is a heavy add to battle deck. It's an absolute blitzkrieg of dominance up front, and then we try to really make sure the opponent can't do anything at all. The One of the key points of the deck, and when I kind of put all this together, with just how good the play is, and how consistent I can get it, I was like, wow, I feel a lot better about Type 2 because I'm pretty sure I'm going to see another deck with 4x Resurrection Revealers and Angels to go to Matthew and all that craziness. Herod's Guards, you usually see 4x of those for Herod's defense. The Thief, the Deceiver, Amalekite Slave, just in general exchanging and searching is just absolutely bonkers right now. So I thought, you know what? Blindness, turn 1, is insane. If opponent searches their deck for 1 or more cards to take, they must take a random card from deck instead. So if you push an exchange hero out, you pretty much just failed the battle. I mean, I guess if you can't get the exchange, I have to see how that's played out. Like, if you miss the exchange, you just exchange to something else, attempt to take. Like, I'm not really sure how that works. Worst case is you just shove an angel out there and you don't really have anything to play on them. So, I thought blindness is phenomenal, and endless treasures, which is funny because we errated this card. Thank goodness we did. Um, I have 3 of these in type 2. If I got to draw 2 and activated blindness, that's a bit insane. So I get to underdeck this card to take or activate an idol or curse from deck or reserve. So I essentially have 6 blindness in my deck. So I'm trying to get down to 100 cards to have a very high percentage of getting blindness turn 1. I mean, worst case, I get it turn 2, but I really like blindness turn 1. So I have 6 of them because Endless Treasures goes to deck and activates blindness. And that just means you can't search turn 1, which in type 2 is massive. So that's my logic there. Now remember, that's 3 evil cards I had to use and 3 neutrals. So I went really light on the artifacts. And because of that, I had to get resources from other areas. So what we do is first turn we try to activate blindness. And we try to go to Resurrection Revealer to the Resurrection turn 1 and drop a Mary down. And if you block from hand, it's very difficult for the opponent to get a Herod because their Herod's guards don't work. So it's difficult for the opponent to get a Herod. That actually means they can have CBP protection. I can grab any card from my deck if they block from hand, which means if they block from hand, which they do on turn 1, then I can grab a Spirit as a Dove, and I can play that in battle, and I can grab a Love One Another. So I can get a CBN regardless of protection against a Herod for turn 1. A lot of defenses can't really stop a Resurrection to Mary turn 1. I also grab Bethlehem Stable. So it's pretty much always the same turn 1 rescue. That's just the minimum. Any other hero on top of that band is just additional resources or a stronger attack. If I open up with a Polycarp, that's amazing. Assuming I have like a way to get Resurrection Revealer, but if I have Resurrection Revealer and Polycarp, that's so good. So I can drop Polycarp down, grab John, go to Resurrection Revealer, play Resurrection. It's nice. So we'll see. I said it's an heavy add to battle deck. We have so many tricks in here, I really don't have time to go over all of it up front. I'll just do like a simulation of the first few turns, and I've played this deck so many times. I can build this from memory, and I know everything about it. That plus no one has seen this deck. I've only played Jeremy against like a janky version of the offense where I didn't want to show what I was doing, and I never used my defense. I suspect Jaden's using Choose the Blocker with Driven by Spirits and Add to Battle. So I'm like, you know what? Blindness is going to torch that, and Add to Battle is going to really mess that up. Like if he does a side battle with Driven by Spirits, then I get to use Gates of Hell, bring in a demon, and I can go to Temple Thieves and negate his side battle card. Blindness messes him up, and Shield will add to battle, and I can add, once again, any of my thieves to pretty much go to Temple Thieves and negate his side battle card. So that's really good. I suspect by the numbers to be big, so having 4x Seized by Babylon's huge. 4x Hypocrisy helps out my offense immensely, but it also is CBP, so that helps to where I can play that enhancement in territory if they're negating it. Pilfer's phenomenal, and then Hurling Insult is CBP, and Purloin is just a really good star ability. I want another Purloin, but Pilfer's so good that that's where I have it right now. I don't have anything else like the Withdrawal CBN, and I'm not playing, or with the Underdeck Disagreement over Mark, and I'm not playing Dissension in Antioch. I just get too much value out of these enhancements. Turn 1, I usually go to the Highwayman and Plunderers and play Colosseum. So I can toss your Pride of Lions, because I suspect there to be 2 Pride of Lion defenses. So I can toss your Pride of Lions. I also ensure my plunderers is even better. So I get Colosseum down immediately. In turn 2, I go into Jerusalem. I play it as an evil fort, and I start getting immense value. So remember, we play Bethlehem Stable turn 1, and usually we play Jerusalem turn 2. We try to get into a good seed as well, and we play our Lost Souls. So we are usually netting about 5 cards a turn before I attack. Bethlehem Stable is going to grab my Gabriel. Gabriel's going to go to Child is Born from deck, and I'm going to go to a Zechariah turn 1, strong attack. And I'm going to constantly add to battle my Matthias or my Zacchaeus. I have Fishing Boat and Good Seed, so I can just constantly get. This is ongoing add to battle. A lot of add to battles you have to discard, so this is an ongoing add to battle. It's really good. We have a lot of tricks, like Great White Throne. A, gets my heroes. B, it can withdraw all evil characters in battle at any time. And then I can just add Zacchaeus and reserve you off of Prevent the Next. So I can go out with or Toss the Next. So I can Prevent the Next with Zechariah or John the Fisherman or Joanna. Have Good Seed out. Great White Throne active. You block. I withdraw all but one. Prevent the Next. Add Zacchaeus. So very good. Not a lot of evil characters. I tend to play a lot more. I always use Condemned Thief as an evil character. I always use Zacchaeus and Judas as a hero. But I tend to go Harvest Time turn 2. And that gives me 2 Imitates Lawless Galileans. So I get my defense out extremely quick. And then if you look at my, like, what I can do to stop you, Judas stops your drawing. Forsaken stops your banding. Distress stops you. Thorns stops any soul hide because I like to search. Great White Throne is another way to stop your evil banding. I negate your neutrals turn 2. Polycarp having the potential discard if you interrupt something. Gam Speech and Reserve. I would love to have 2 of these, but can't fit it. And then I have Chamber of Angels to negate. I don't really care about Sheol because I harvest time so quickly. Blindness messes with your search. Ambushing Bandits messes with your draw. Judas messes with your draw. And I put Ambushing Bandits in Den of Thieves, so I get to take a card when you play a dominant. And then I quickly snag Possessing Spirit. Put him down, and I negate good cards in your territory and set aside. So I don't have a way to stop your enhancements in territory, but between Chamber and Possessing Spirit, turn 2, if I want it on turn 2, usually I'll do Possessing Spirit turn 3. I can negate your good and evil in territory, and I have Blindness up. So usually by the time they can stop Blindness, I have Possessing Spirit and Chamber out and activated, and they can't really do anything. Remember, banding's huge right now, so also have Hate the Light. Peter's Curse, I usually banish this with Voice from Heaven, but it's nice because I Blitzkrieg to my dominance, and then I can activate Peter's Curse for 3 turns. Remember, Endless Treasures can get Peter's Curse and Confusion of Mind. If I'm seeing a bunch of stuff with their heroes, I can go Endless Treasures to Confusion of Mind if they are negating my neutrals. More add to battles. Fishing Folk for the add. Gam Speech for the outside the battle manipulation. And then Expatriator is huge right now. So, and then Child is Born to Zechariah is very good, especially when I'm adding to battle. So yeah, very, very fun deck to play. Very in your face and well thought out. I've played this for a very, very long time. So star abilities, we don't really have anything that we're going to use. Remember, we have to play this very quickly from a type 2 perspective. Weird that we have Child is Born. It's literally like a 1 in 80 something chance. But that's okay. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. So let's say we go first. Resurrection Revealer, reveal to all. and I would go straight to, you need to know who you're going to marry. The resurrection, we're going to play the resurrection pre-block. All this needs to be done very efficiently and get out stable. You need to know what you're doing, where you're going. If they block, we get to go to deck, take a card. Usually they don't block. Now we have Spirit as a Dove. From here we can go Harvest Time or Crowd's Choice. Like, we want to get something that'll help us. I like getting Second Coming early on too, because Resurrection Revealer can't get that. So there's a couple different things here. We could also go Spirit as a Dove to another Resurrection Revealer. And if we do that, that means we negate their neutrals turn 1. That also means we have the Bethlehem stable to Gabriel, and we can band into Revealers. So there's a lot we can do this turn for Spirit as a Dove, and I think we're going to go straight to the Revealer times 2. Their turn, no lost souls, assuming they do have something, we should be able to block that. And there's our blindness. And there's our endless treasures. Don't skip your upkeep. Go straight to Gabriel. And we have nothing else for upkeep. We put down Judas. We can go ahead and turn over endless treasures. Now we can take blindness from deck and leave a blindness in our hand, just because we have a way to like get orange. But we don't want to lose our endless treasures this early, because we might need a confusion of mind next turn. So we can just activate blindness. And now we have our Gabriel. I think we have enough here to where I would go. I don't think I would band. I think I would risk the potential falling away or Christian Martyr, and I'd go straight to Gabriel. And since I have Child is Born in my hand, I would like Angel Appears here, just to have the Expatriator next turn. But I think it's more important to look through their deck and get rid of reserve their Christian Martyr, or their Falling Away, or their 3 Woes, or Chronicles, or any other evil doms. Reserving an evil dom that early is really good, especially when it's an Old Testament dom. It's harder to get. Assuming they block, and assuming I have initiative off of 5, I go into Zechariah. Now you'll see I didn't have Star Bethlehem. I used to have Heavenly Host with Star Bethlehem. It was really good play, and I had Redemption in here for protecting CBN. It's essentially CBN protection on Meek. The Zechariah ad was too good, and that freed up the Expatriator, and that's just way too much value consistently. So then we can take a Nativity hero, and we can band to any number of New Testament heroes, which we want to do. I think we're good with getting the draw 2. So if opponent, we want to activate Zechariah first, because we assume they have hand advantage. So we get the draw 2, prevent the next. Draw 1 here. We'll go into Judas, get the draw 2. And then Galileans hit, so we can go ahead and flip Hurling Insults for the Thief. Yeah, we'll get the Thief for now. We don't need the shuffle because we're going to go Resurrection Revealer, and we're going to grab 2 Dominants. If we, for some reason, think that's not going to win the rescue, we could always Crowd's Choice into Angel Lord, knowing that we get to keep all our stuff. Like, I don't have Colosseum out, so maybe I would do that to ensure like a quick battle. Really depends on A, who I'm playing, and B, what they're playing. So I'm going to grab 2 Dominants. I prevent the next. And I still have my 3 woes if needed. So I wouldn't necessarily give myself that battle. But remember, this is turn 2. Um, and I have a big band that negated what they played and prevented the next, essentially. I didn't negate what they played. I had initiative first. It's turn 2, so I have access to reserve. So I would play Voice from Heaven. I'd banish any number of cards from my reserve. Usually I like to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I could always get Child is Born back with Gabriel if I want to banish Child is Born for the 4th. The point is to get rid of their like futile inquisitions or their big cards in the reserve. Also, people rely on their reserve turn 2, like I do, so the quicker I can banish what I think they need, the better. And then I also play Harvest Time. I have 3 Lost Souls out, so I'm going to go for 9 is my number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep that Lawless in there. We only need 1 Humble. Take all their Lost Souls out. Remember, we got the Galileans trigger. So I can go Temple Thieves. Now, do I go Zacchaeus or do I go Plunders? I want to make sure I have my 3 evil characters to block this turn. 9 in hand. I can put down the Mocking. So it's their turn. I have Blindness up. Now remember, this is turn 2. I'm negating their band. I'm negating their characters and territory. I have both my Imitates out for double Lawless or double Galileans or 1-on-1. My hand's protected. My hand's protected. More than likely I have CBP and Lost Souls are protected. And I have Blindness out, and I played their Lost Souls from their deck. So also their neutrals are negated, and they can't draw, essentially, unless their hand's protected. So a lot going on, and this is only turn 2. If for some reason they attack, which they only see a Mocking Thief down, so they probably do, I would go Plunders, Band Highwayman. I love Jerusalem out, but I always get Colosseum first. It's harder to get rid of early on. And then I go to the Thief to Condemned. The Thief is going to negate their hand protection. Condemned's going to take a card from their hand. Plunder's going to prevent the next. If they have anything else, then I can underdeck it if I need to. More than likely, they're not. It's really hard to get over. If I see they only have 2 good enhancements, then I'll give them 1 good enhancement so they can play it in battle and take an evil enhancement. Draw 3 here. Don't miss your upkeeps. There's upkeeps all over the place. We're going to go to Bethlehem Stable first. Oh yeah, we banished it. So we don't need anything from Stable. From here, we don't want to swap our stuff with Galilean, so we want to do a double Lawless. Reveal to all, top 6. And then, what do we think we need here? Probably some evil to back us up. And then we're going to do another double Lawless. That, or we go straight to Zacchaeus. We can do that as well, because we have it falling away. So we're going to go ahead and imitate Galileans. Go to Zacchaeus. Now I have Great White Throne. I don't think I need it. Triggers are done. And we can go ahead and convert the hero if we want. And we can go Gabriel to Zacchaeus. It all depends on what they have out. If they have a really strong hero, then I would do that. If not, like I could still grab Zacchaeus, but I feel like the better play here is going back to Resurrection. Or another big band, because I have Zacchaeus out. I have Zechariah. So I think I can just go straight to Gabriel and go Child is Born. Now that also depends if I think they have dominance. Remember, I can Gabriel their deck that first time and see what they have in their hand and kind of see what they can't really search or draw. So having Woes and Chronicles is huge too. So if they have initiative on like gold or gray, you're going to want to play a Chronicles. And yeah, it gets rid of my blindness, but that's okay. If I have initiative, or depending on what they play, I could have Child is Born. There's no one for me to take in my reserve. But I do have a draw two, 2 here, 1 here. If I was worried about Chronicles playing it, then I could have my Great White Throne to ensure Zacchaeus. But we're still early on. I'm not sure how they can really search a lot if I have blindness up and how they can ban with Forsaken and blindness up. So I'm not really too worried. This is a massive resource pool and massive amount of just card advantage and a good attack. So first, we're probably going to have hand advantage. So we draw 2 off Zechariah, prevent the next, put him to the side. Judas comes in, draw 2, put him to the side. Resurrection Revealer comes in and snags a Gospel Dominant. Resurrection Revealer comes in. Now since I have Gabriel out, I can go to Joanna and grab something from my reserve if I need to. Or I can grab another dominant from deck. I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dominants, so I'm going to exchange. And if I wanted to, I can toss the next and draw 2. I can go to Peter and play Chamber as well. He's an empty tomb hero. Or Temple, like really whatever I need. I think that's the better play, as I go to Peter. I don't need to flip him, and I can play Chamber. And then I'm preventing the next, and I hit you with Zacchaeus. If you do anything else, I have a Chronicles or a Woes. We haven't played any territory class enhancements this turn, so we can go to our reserve for Expatriator. We can play Son of God. So it looks like it would be 3-0 right now. Don't like putting down evil characters when I don't need to. I have a bunch of dominants. I think I play Crowd's Choice here. Not sure what I was saying there. I got a work call. Like I said, oh, there you go. I'm off today, but the client doesn't necessarily know that, so I'm helping them out, and I will not charge my PTO as they need my help. So I figured I can do a video. All right. So where was I? I have 1 Plunderers down. I have everyone I need. I don't have Herod's Temple, so I'm a little weary about putting Thief down as well. I could play Crowd's Choice. I did play Angel Appears just then. So then it's just a matter of what do I want to have to ensure I have it next turn. I think the play here is Crowd's Choice is evil to go to Possessing Spirit. Play Possessing Spirit, so it's over there. We haven't filled up Chamber of Angels yet, but that's okay. It's their turn. I have... I would go Plunders to Highwayman to... If I think I need Sheol here, I'd take it for the add to battle. That'd be fine. But I think I have a good block. It all just depends on what they're doing, what the opponent's doing. Um, with as much as I have down right now to kind of stop. I think I said stop. Sorry. No ego here. Um, should be able to take care of everything. If they had anything I want to take, like I could discard my Mary and take their character, or if I needed to negate anything, I would just go thief, negate their hand protection, plunders highwayman. Highwayman plays Jerusalem to condemn thief, prevent the next, take the next. Usually they play something and I get a big seized on them. Draw 3, discard an evil card from the reserve. And we go into upkeep. Always check for Bethlehem Spirit just in case, just to be in the repetition. Now we look here. We have a bunch of evil. We have Condemned Thief. We have Zacchaeus. We have Judas. We have the Thief. So I don't think we need to do Galileans for anything. I think we just do a ×2 Lawless. So revealed all top 6. We'll do it again. Yeah, figured I was going to get there. Okay, so we used 2 Lawless, Bethlehem Stable. We still have Jerusalem, so we will move a random one to the top of reserve. And that's good. We don't need blindness here. We get to take whatever we want. Once again, if we think we need the add to battle, we could take Gates of Hell or a fishing boat. I like having Gam Speech out, but we could also get the Good Seed going. Could play Good Seed. So moving forward, I will have Good Seed, Jerusalem, double Imitate to grab resources turn 1. I think we're good from a rescue perspective. We have a lot out here to do. I like this band. Does a lot of damage. I don't have my second coming. A lot of times I'll do second coming and go straight to resurrection from discard. Since I don't have that, I probably attack differently here to where I prevent the next. Really don't know if I can get the draw 2, like if I put 2, yeah. You know what? I don't even need to do all that. If I have to, I can negate their Herod's Temple, play Falling Away, and just do the band. Choose their hero, negate and underdeck their add to battle, negate their other add to battle if they have any or anything I can need to, and then go to Zacchaeus to do their hero, bring their hero in. Probably discard a Hypocrisy. Do the normal block, rinse and repeat, and play enhancements as I need to. Discard an evil card from the reserve, and then pretty much at this point, I feel like I already have, 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 4. Did I rescue 5 Lost Souls? We have Possessing Spirit out, assuming they don't play orange. We could also do the Possessing Spirit add. At this point, I have Good Seed, so I get to take an enhancement, which it could be Hate, Delight, or Gam Speech as I need to. Double Lawless, or double Galileans, or 1 and 1. And I still have Jerusalem, so I can move a random one to the top of reserve. And then I can just grab the boat or Gates of Hell, whatever I need. So I probably add Gates of Hell. I can play Gam Speech. I mean, there's just a lot of offense. And then I go out with Expatriator, DeGabriel, negate Possessing Spirit, and choose Possessing Spirit. They don't have any add to battle, and that's pretty much 6. I feel like we can block a lot. Don't even know if we need to love one another times 2. I'm going to assume we played this Chronicles at some point, you know. That's okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. They do anything. You got to get around my... you got to get around Colosseum. You got to get around Blindness. You got to get around Judas. You got to get around Gates of Hell. I can go Sheol. Like, it's just a lot there. So not as much not as much high energy. I'm in focus mode right now, making sure I'm not misplaying anything, even from a lackey goldfish perspective. So there's a lot to this deck that I can do. The biggest aspect for Type 2 is games are timing out. And that's because star abilities can, do a little bit of searching, and they take some time. And then the Lost Souls, like you can do a lot with Lost Souls. Upkeep, you have a lot in upkeep now, and then prep phase takes a while, and then even battles are taking longer. So in general, Type 2 is taking a long time. So if I could speed that up by doing Zacchaeus, Zechariah, John the Fisherman, and just speeding the battle phase up, that's good. Or if my battles are highly efficient, like I'm rescuing a lot in my battles, you want to rescue. I just say roughly like 75% of your attacks should result in a successful rescue. I pretty much am looking for that here. I don't want to get blocked ever. So I want to constantly make sure it's one evil character in battle. I could add, like I like getting Fishing Boat out, and I put Matthias and Fishing Boat. Like there's so much to this deck. I put Matthias in the boat as well. I can come in with this, choose your evil character, and have Gam Speech and Good Seed, and I can go straight to a choose the blocker, Good Seed, bring in Matthias, and bounce you with a Gam Speech out. So I am trying to ensure that I always get a rescue, or that my battles are taking longer than yours as well. I'm also making sure that when you search, you can't get anything that you want, so it slows you down. I negate good cards in your territory, I negate evil cards in your territory, and I deter you from drawing. And then I take your stuff, Den of Thieves and the Thief. I take your fortresses that give you protection, and I really start messing with you from there. I do not have Wall of Protection. So a lot of that is just me doing a choose the blocker to get around the mirror match. And having the double protection of stable and protect your Lost Soul. It's not that it's hard to get around, that's easy to get around, but at least it's something that I can do quick. Sheer resource advantage. And then I want to take longer on my turn, and I want to quickly speed up your turns. So the other aspect is banding in Resurrection Revealers to get to those dominants are huge. So we will see how I do. I have high confidence in this deck. I love playing it. It's a lot of fun. There's so many options. Strong turn ones, add to battles all over the place. A lot for you to have to get around. I don't have, like I said, Wall of Protection, so if you do, I take it. Or I take out your banders. I also have Ride On. And I know Ride On's huge because I can drop my heroes as Meek, and I can just go right on to Love One Another. Even if your protected, it doesn't matter. Another rescue I do is Simon Peter flip to John, and I show you when to toss the next. As soon as you block, I play right on Love One Another. It's essentially CBI. I also like to have Polycarp out, Gam Speech, Awesome Right on John. I'm going to get rid of your territory. So, a lot of strong rescues with a lot of add to battle. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope I win, because I put a lot of hours into this deck, a lot of thought into this deck. So we'll see. I'll do a follow-up video, I guess, and go from there and see what happened. But hope you all enjoyed, and by the time you're listening to this, I'll know how it went. Thanks, y'all.